Welcome back to Dr. Finance's International Financial Management. This time I'm going to go through the survey results that I asked you at the Google Forms, right? Well, I asked this Google survey just to understand better about you, where you are from, what cultural background you're from, and also I wanted to learn about your demand about the chapter coverage in this book. Okay. First of all, I found that a lot of you are coming from many different countries. I'm very happy to have you here. And I see some British background students, and then Chinese background students, and German background, and then Guatemalan background student as well. I mean, one Korean student used to live in Guatemala, he said, or she said. And then Italian background, and Korean background, and Polish background, and Russian background, and Swiss background, all around the world. This is great because this is, the international financial management, so we need diversity like this, right? The university is about diversity, by the way. And then all different universities you are from as well, from around the world. Welcome you, willkommen Sie, right? Financial university under the government, that's from Russia, right? I don't know how to say the welcome in Russian. Здравствуйте, I don't know. You have to tell me, right? Email me about it. And then I see a student from HS Mainz, willkommen Sie, a University of Applied Science. And I see a student from Hwa-Chong University of Science and Technology, 欢迎, yeah. 很高兴, right? And then International University of Monaco. Welcome. I don't know how to say welcome in French. My daughter is going to learn French from this year as a high school student, and I'm going to catch up with that, right? But you have to tell me about how to say welcome. Again, Neoma Business School in France, one student, right? Welcome, right? You have to tell me about it. Vive le français, I know, right? SKKU, we have, Korean students, and then Spanish students, I see it, right? Espanol, I don't know how to say welcome, but you have to tell me, please email me, how to say welcome. And then UIC China, right? 欢迎你, right? Then Worms University of Applied Science, right? Willkommen Sie. And then Zurich University of Applied Science, Zurich, right? Willkommen, right? So I'm very happy to see you here. Wish to have some real-time online class or somehow it's through like WebEx sometimes, but I'm going to ask you about, when would be your best week to do that. And some misunderstanding I have to tell you is that in that survey I was asking, have you taken financial management up until last semester, ever since you entered the college? What I meant was, any basic finance course, first course in finance. If you have taken it, that's good. Because, you need some basic knowledge about finance, like time value of money, and then capital asset pricing model, and then capital budgeting, NPV, IRR, that kind of concepts, right? If you have that, that's good. If you don't, you're gonna have a very hard time in this class because this is more advanced one than that, right? We build on what you learned before, just like mathematics, right? That's why. I never meant that whether you have taken SKKU's financial management class or whatever, no. So rest assured. Anyway, what do you want to learn in this course? Some specific chapter numbers you are interested in. I asked you this part. This textbook, chapter 1 through 7, right, are compulsory. I forgot to say that, right? There's no way getting out of it, right? You have to learn, go through chapter 1 through 7, no matter what. Many people said chapter 5, right? Interest rate parity, relations, all these things. We have to do it. No choice, right? But what I'm asking was like after that, right? What do you want to learn, right? Here are your votes in that respect. Chapter 11 to 21. I gathered your opinions, student vote over here. one persons like that. And last year's my coverage, you see that I only covered 4 chapters from that. So that means, that tells you about the time constraints that you're going to have in that second half of the semester. That means until chapter 7, it may go beyond the midterm exam. Covering chapter 7 may happen after midterm exam, maybe. I'll try to tighten it, but let's see. Okay, if I tighten too much, you may scream like, that's too much courses, right? So I have to balance that out somehow. Let's go through one by one. And then this year's my ambitious syllabus that let's cover these parts, but that's extra ambitious. I have to tell you this right now. Now, chapter 11, 12, and 14 and 20, that's green colored one. That's those are something I covered before. The remaining parts are those that that they have not covered yet. Okay. Your demand was in chapter 11, international banking and money market, and then the 2 persons said international portfolio management, and then cross-border M&As, and then international capital budgeting and trade finance. Those were more popular than not. Good that you have that passion over there. No guarantee that I will be covering those parts, simply because many of you, voted for that. But I will reflect that demand. And then some chapters, right? Some chapters like the 13 and then 16 are the ones that is turned out to be very hot this semester or last year. Okay, what do you mean? Current issue like Coupang doing their IPO in New York Stock Exchange, a Korean company doing their IPO totally in US market. That's a hot international financial management subject, don't you think so? That's equity market issue, chapter 13. I didn't cover it last year, but we are going to cover that, even though only one of you said, I'm interested in this one, okay? So that's something we have to do it. And then chapter 16, 2 of you said, I'm interested in cross-border M&A. Great. Moreover, we have current issue. Delivery hero of Germany, right? We have 3 German students over here. The delivery hero took over Baemin, the delivery company, the biggest one in Korea, and then they had to spin off Yogio, right? Very interesting, hot stuff going on. We're going to cover that part, okay? Why do we care about the current issues? Because it's going to be, asked. People will ask you this question in your job interviews, right? So you have to be able to say something about it. Don't you think so? So we're going to cover that part. Right. So red colored ones, I think we're going to cover it this year, okay? Very important ones, I think. Green ones, those are more comfortable from my perspective, right? So it's going to be a mixture. The black part, I'm sorry, we're not going to have enough time. So please understand that part. So reflecting your demand, I think the coverage will be like this. And then there are some parts I would say, if time permits, I say parentheses like this. Why? International portfolio management, right? Chapter 15. That is something naturally you can have some understanding as long as you covered 11, 12, and 13. Okay? Portfolio is about, debt market and bond market and equity market and money market, how to manage this portfolio. Perhaps with some, swaps and then derivatives, right? How to mix it. So that's portfolio management. As long as you have solid understanding of the previous chapters, 15 will be something you can do it on your own, okay? Even though we don't cover in this semester. So that's why I say if time permits. Chapter 20, trade finance. Yeah, it is. I think it is important from my perspective. As long as you are interested in Kexim Bank or Export-Import Bank kind of things, right? 수출입은행, right? And then foreign banking industry, right? This is basic building block, but if time permits, we're going to cover it. This year we're going to challenge with more of a reddish thing over here, 13, 15, and 16. So I revised the syllabus like this. The first part of the syllabus, I did not change anything. The second part of the syllabus, I changed it, reflecting your demand, like this. Coupang and the delivery hero issues over there, right? And then some things, if time permits, right? Like this. We may or may not be able to cover these last two parts, right? Number one, so download your syllabus, revised one, from the iCampus. I uploaded it by the time you watch this. Number two, I tell you this revised schedule so that you can better prepare your presentation schedule. Okay? I told you, you want to do presentation at least 2 times throughout the semester. So don't wait until the end and say hurriedly, oh yeah, we have to rush for the, chapter, what is it, 15 and 20. No. Volunteer to do the presentation as soon as possible. Okay? There's no guarantee that you're going to cover this 15 and 20 or even like 16 or something. The time is limited, right? So keep that in mind, right? Do it first and then wait for the chance. What you'll want to learn in this course, here are other comments you made, right? So let me read it. I find currency is a very interesting topic. Yeah, a big real life interest in the situation between the US and China, with the Chinese yuan being extent manipulated, right? Currency manipulation by the government has been done, right? To what extent is it going over there, right? A very hot issue indeed, right? Trade war between China and US, right? We are living in that troubled, turbulent era, right? So that's something we have to pay attention. As someone who is interested in becoming a future businessman, I would also like to learn more about international finance. Yes, great. Broader understanding of international companies, yes, MNC kind of things. FX is essential, I told you before. Subjects related to international economics. I realized that many of you are interested in the context of international economics and trades. That's good. Stock valuation, I'm preparing for CFA exam. That's good. International stock valuation. M&A, cross-border M&As, that kind of stuff. Or international IPOs like a Coupang kind of issues will be of tremendous interest to you, right? Good. About finance, deep learning. Good. I actually don't know about the content of this course, but I'm recently interested in arbitrage, right? L'arbitrage in French, maybe. Français, l'arbitrage. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, but I want to know whether there exists some FX arbitrage strategies out there in real life. I hope you learn something. Great. The mechanics of international finance and how it is connected to the real world economy. I'm trying to learn all different accents of English so teach me how to do it. I can teach you some Singlish, and then I can teach you some Konglish, by the way. And then trying to learn some French accented English as well, and German accented English later. Anyway, about foreign exchange markets, right? Since I still feel uneasy with the topic, I could say, everybody feels uneasy. Don't worry, you are not alone, right? We're going together. I could say part 5 for sure, especially chapter 20 and 21. 21. Until now, I learned about the general finance method and for Korea, so I want to learn how to apply my knowledge in international scope. All right, good. Short-term quantitative tradings, which captures near-sighted indicators that drive stock prices to rise. If possible, I would like to learn more about this kind of financial case. It sounds more like you're interested in high-frequency trading or algorithmic trading in FX market. Good. Swaps and interest rate IRS, right? And then those derivatives, you want to study that part. Good. Welcome. I am intrigued at how the exchange market affects international trade. Good, real world trade, trade finance, right? Or FX in general. Though I'm not looking forward to working in the finance area, I think understanding the finance market is important in every industry and business. Indeed, yes. International marketing or international strategies, right? You cannot get away with this FX, right? So you have to master this one. Good. I want to raise my ability to see the business in diverse aspects, including finance, because finance and profit is the most fundamental thing in business. Yeah, right. Yeah. Open-minded. Be open-minded. You know, you never know what you're gonna get in your job market. Who knows whether you will end up with financial market or you're gonna end up with banking industry, right? Who knows? So let's see. Even if you go to marketing, right? You need this, right? Team presentation issues, right? Here are some things I have to tell you. Randomly, I assigned you guys to different teams first, right? Just to facilitate your team build-ups, right? Team build-ups or talking to each other. Introduce yourself, right? If things permit, get together, have lunch together, maybe, right? Take some appointments. As long as it's below 4 members, right? You are allowed to have some meetings, right? Offline anyway, right? In this government regulation, okay? So you can have some coffee together and make good friends, right? You know, in your age, you make friends, it lasts for your life, right? You can make it lifelong lasting friends internationally. So 3 members, 4 members, you could get together. If you have 5 members, you have trouble, then what? I don't know. If I were you, I would try to figure out how to, creative ways of getting together. 3, 2 in one time, or 3, 2 in the other times, like different combinations you can generate and then just meet there, right? Yeah, so I encourage you to get together somehow. Online, offline, as long as you meet there, right? When you're meeting offline, you can turn on your cell phone and then include the other members who are not there, right? And then do some, WebEx or Zoom-based meeting over there and say hi, right? That's it. Nothing more difficult than saying hi and introducing yourself. I'm from where? I'm from there. And then, making friends. I encourage you, strongly encourage you, please. This is the purpose of having exchange students, and this is the purpose of learning something international, right? Not just academic or mathematical concepts, but in real life, right? And then meeting those new friends, great. Networking, and then making friends, great. And then, can you assign to us to different teams? Some of you may say it because members may depart the class, and this is the shopping period, right? Initial 2 weeks or 1 week, they shop around different classes, and then some of them may realize that, oh, I hate Andy. Haters are gonna hate. Something I cannot stop. That may happen. And maybe some students may go to the army or take a semester off and then depart your team, right? If those things happen, so that you're left with only 2 members, email me, or 1 member only yourself, right? Email me as soon as possible to ayhkim@skku.edu right now, so that I can assign you to a different teams or combine, right? You are not alone facing that trouble. There may be another teams facing the similar situation. I can combine you. M&A, international M&A can happen in this class right now, okay? International M&A. If you want it, yeah. Good. Now, presentation of all members is encouraged but not enforced, right? So due to the time limits, you may end up with, only a part of the members are able to present in presentation 1. I understand that, right? So just do it as soon as possible, because practice makes perfect, especially the presentation part, right? You need to practice yourself. The more you do it, the better you become, the more confident you become. So that's why I tell you do it. Do it as soon as possible. Volunteer for it right now. And then presentation, every class we try it, okay? Group number 6 tried it in the second week, right? Welcome, right? 정지영, excellent, right? Do it. And I take only the best 2 scores throughout the semester. Practice makes perfect. Try as soon as possible, please. So I hope you enjoy that part. The purpose is to enjoy yourself, right? And then, so I hope this video helps you to, understand what's going on in this class logistically. And I hope you talk to each other among your team members as soon as possible. Maybe we should, get together in offline basis, maybe. Team by team, you can just visit my office. Maybe some, in a rotation based, okay? And say hi, right, to me, face to face, right? Some of you may be outside the Seoul, right? Or I'm not in Seoul or not in Korea. Maybe you are taking my classes from different countries, right? I don't know, Switzerland, some of you are, right, from Germany and France. I don't know whether you are here. Maybe you have difficulty getting to Seoul. I understand that part. I'm not forcing you to come to my office, but maybe 3 persons, right? You can come, or 2 persons, okay? And just to break the ice, right? Ice breaking is important, right? So you can come and talk to me. The office hour, I posted it, right? So that's a good hour to come. So think about that. Or other alternative times, schedule it, right? Just email me frequently. Last year, I was terribly busy with my administrative work, but this year I am rather free from that, this extreme degree of administrative works. So I would be able to accommodate you a lot, hopefully a lot more than last semester. Anyway, so I hope you like it, and then see you. Bye-bye.